Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi to ISHAK. My name Amirul Hafiz bin Azri, and my partner Nurhayati Binti Zakaria. For today, I'm going to make a video about my our assignment, uh, georeferencing and digitizing, which is we have two parts. The first part is georeferencing. Before we start with the digitize, the first thing we need to do is georeference and rectify it. So let's start. So this is for part 1, georeferencing. The first step we need to do is add data, find your folder, which is I put on here. This is my folder, and this is the file from raster dataset, the format, and click it OK. So we can see the data. It doesn't have any suitable or a true coordinate system, which is we can see here. Every movement is a big number with decimal point. So it has unknown unit. We can see on over here on the below. So if the data doesn't have the coordinate, we can't do any job which is we want to digitize. If the data doesn't have coordinate, so we can't do digitizing. So the first step we need to do is make a reference on the map. So the first thing, click it, right click, find georeferencing and click it on here, and this is my georeferencing. We can see over here. So the first step we want to make georeferencing, we must know the basic thing, which is we need 4 point of control point represent for every single point of the coordinates, which is a cross section between the coordinate x and y. So this is the map. We can see the coordinate. We can use the number as our reference. The x and y we can see on here too. Also on the map we can see the number on every side of it. We only need to make for control point. If it will be better if we can make 5, but uh, 4 control point is just okay. So just click it on here, make a control point. Just it is between here and here. Just click here. But if you hesitate to do so, just draw a rectangle over here between this and this. So we can see this is a cross section between these two. So just click it here, click it between the coordinate x and y, and right click, input as y. The data that we have is degree, decimal, degree, minute and second. We need to convert it to become a decimal point, which is we can see on here only decimal is accepted. So the data that we have, we need to convert it first. I have done with my assignment before, so I already converted. This is for the first data. Just copy and paste the data that I have been convert. So just click it OK. So the um, the square is moved because the data on here has been put. So you can just delete the square. Delete. So you can see the first data, the first control point, and we need to make a second point. It just between here and here, across between it. If you worry, you can just draw to a rectangle over here. So just done this and click it, input the data. So we can see our map has been missing. So why? The map has been missing because the coordinate of our map has a right coordinate, which is we can't found it on the wrong coordinate. So just right click on the layer and zoom to layer. We can found. So it almost done with the layer. With the rectify, I have put two control point. We can see on below the coordinate. This is we are using right now is for the RSO projection, rectify skew automorphic projection. So it's RSO. And the third point we need to do, I just assume here, just double click, and also here, just double click. So we can do the data here. You can just right click on here and put the data. If you want to find the data, is it good or not the data, you can see on here on view link table. So just here add residual. So the data is 0.00. Actually it's good for you to make data as georeferencing data to make a digitizing, but you need to make a 4 of the data. Need to make 4 of control point. Every control point need to put x and y, including number 3 and number 4. I'm not include the x and y yet because this is video just to show how to make the rectify the geofacing data. So after you make the control point, 4 control point with x and y have been included by using the reference on here. So we can see the coordinates in degrees, minute, and you can see it has a second also. Actually just 0 second, only have minute, degrees and minutes. We need to convert it to become a decimal point. After done with the data, just click on georeferencing, rectify, and choose where you want to put your data. So let's say the data I name data video GIS 1. Click add, couldn't be found. Sorry, I want to put my data here. A, couldn't be found. So you need to find the file where you want to put it first. I just want to put it here. This is my file, and click it. Make a name for your file. GIS file. This is my name. The data location I want to put on here. Okay, over here. I'm sorry. This is how we make a name. GIS number 1. Just give data in format and just save. So the data has been rectified. You can just delete it, remove, and find your data back. Just right click on here, add data, and the file has been found, GIS1. This is data that we have made. Add data, okay, and we can see the data already have the control point cannot be seen anymore because the map has the real coordinates. So that's all for the part 1 for geofencing. Next we are going to the next part 2 for digitizing. That's all for this part. Thank you and assalamualaikum. Stay safe. Hi and assalamualaikum sir. This is for part 2. The part 2 is I'm doing right now is for the next step, which is second part. The part is about digitizing the data. So after we're done with the first step, which is georeferencing, we should add the data that we have been rectified, which is here. Just right click and add data. So this is the data I put on my folder. I just adding the data, and here we can see the data, the movement of the data, the movement of my mouse is represent the coordinate point where I put my mouse point. You can see here at the below here. So after we have adding data on the GIS, after rectify it, just click on catalog to start with digitizing and find your folder. So this is my folder, my name folder, new folder. Just right click, new, and you found the shape file. So the first thing we should make a shape file on the catalog. So the shape file that the name of my shape file is represent the layer that I want to make for the whole of my map. So the first thing of my file, just like what I'm going to do first is the building. So this is building, and if you are using building, you should use the polygon. It's easier for us to make line with hatching. So click on the coordinate system, find the Asia, and just you need to find our coordinate system based on the data given, which is we have vector RSO. So here, just click it OK. So after we make the file, as we can see in here. So this is the our layer for shape file. Just click on it, and we can draw any color that we want to represent of the data. Right, the color that I want to make is gray, so just click OK and start digitize. The first step you need to do is right click on here and file editor and click it, so you will find it, the editor. This is the editor. Start editing and click it on here, the create feature. Click here, and you can click like polygon or rectangle. You can use polygon for a curved line, or rectangle just like doing a normal square. Like I'm going to pick a polygon, so just zoom in the data. So like we can see right now, just wanted, you can see data right here, big cover data. So every single point of data we should click it. The data like this on the spatial map, we can just choose rectangle, click on here, and just do this. So we can see the data here. This is the data that have been digitized just for one data, which is building. If you want to make another layer, right, you want to represent not the building, you want to present the highway, we can make a new layer. So click it on here, just like before, new shapefile, and just click what you want. Anything you can do here, road, highway. So we don't need we doesn't need a polygon to make a road with straight line, just polyline. And you can do the same thing for the reference of spatial data, which is the coordinate system. So just import the data before. The data that we have made is building data, so this is we need to import the data that have already the data. So the data here we can see in here. So just you can see the data. If you can't see the data, just click editor, save the edit first, and stop editing. And now the data has been found here. So to find better data, start editing, and you can see here there is highway. You can choose for to make a highway with straight line, just choose line. So we make it like this. Should take a concentration doing this. Every curve need to be seen. So on the last part, just double click. So this is for the data. This is for our data. And if you want to change the color of or feature of the layer, you can just click here, choose highway. You can choose any color that you want, but highway is red color, so I'm choosing the red color. So just click OK. If you want to change anything, just click OK. So we can see the data here. This is the data. Want to see the true color, save edit and stop editing. So this is data after digitize. This is the real data, spatial data. So that's how we make a digitize. If you still wanted to make a lot of features based on layer, just click on your folder, make a new shapefile, uh, any type of you want. If you want to make just if you want to make any like vegetation, if vegetation we can see on here is a white area, so we should choose polygon, and we can use the import data of a coordinate system. The coordinate system in here, just add the data, clicking OK and OK. So start editing. On the create feature, we can see the vegetation is not the right color, so go to the table of content and change the color. I'm using the green color, so just click on here, and we are choosing polygon is the best to make for this data. So to digitize it, every curve of angle we should take it focus, need a lot of focus. On the last point, just double click. So this is the data, and stop editing. We will uh, ask us to save. Just click yes, and you can see here the data on here represent for the vegetation. So if you want to make more the shapefile, just do the same thing on catalog, find your file, right click, find new, and do the shapefile. That's all. After done with it, just go to the export and print to PDF. Uh, that's all. And for the data of my assignment 1, the result of my data, this is here, the data. So this is my data, our data. Amirul, Hafiz bin Azri, and Nurhayati Binti, Zakaria. We have made the assignment based on the data given to digitize. Before we start the digitize, we need to do the georeferencing. So this is the data, and this is without the map. This is our data. Okay, that's all from our group. Assalamualaikum. Thank you, sir.